The Castlevania timeline's a very rich history. The actual story takes place, the franchise started about in the year 1090. Order of Ecclesia, the game Order of Ecclesia takes place sometime during that period when the Belmont clan has disappeared for some unknown reason, and Dracula is still around. So a lot of organizations are, spend a lot of time and money and effort to find a way to try to defeat Dracula, and none of them are successful until a group called Ecclesia is formed, and they discover the power of the glyph. Glyph is basically sort of like magical symbols that can be used to cast magic. And the main character named Shanoa has a special ability to actually absorb these symbols into her body and use them directly. The story basically starts off where traditionally, or actually supposedly, there's a special glyph called Dominus. That's the most powerful glyph that has a chance to defeat Dracula. And a character named actually Albus, another member of Ecclesia, was supposed to receive this glyph to help defeat Dracula, but for some reasons the leader of the Ecclesia decides to choose Shanoa instead to help defeat Dracula with Dominus. But right in the beginning, Albus gets upset about that because he thought he was supposed to be the chosen one, and steals the Dominus and escapes with it, and that's where the story starts off. Well, in regards to Order of Ecclesia, the main new features are, number one, as I mentioned earlier, is the glyph system. That's a brand new attack system. The second thing is Shanoa is a female character. It's the first time I think that any game that I've produced was female as the main character. The third thing would be is that with the animation of the enemies, just the way they move, I think that's very different and it's very cool. The fourth thing is, well, actually we asked about the number of enemies. I don't know the exact number, but there are quite a few new enemies and characters. And then the last thing would be the world map. It's not this time. It's just not inside the castle. It's outside the castle. A lot of exploring elements where, as you complete a stage, a new area pops up in the world map, so you can explore a much wider area. In past Castlevania games, we have been able to explore a little bit outside of the castle, but this time I really expanded on that. There's areas where you can explore forests, which much deeper, much more of that. Mountains, and the oceans, and then there's several other areas that are going to be new to this game. Well, one of the modes that unlocks after you complete the game is the hard mode. This has been also available in previous games, and it might be a little bit easier than the hard modes in previous games, but I still did make it very entertaining for the hardcore fans. Also, there's after you complete the hard mode, there's actually you can level up to, instead of 99, to 255. And again, this feature actually, it unlocks after you complete the hard mode, but if you connect it to the Wii version Judgment, it'll unlock it from the beginning. I can't actually say it's the final game on the DS, but it has, with the DS in its life cycle, it might be a little bit difficult to another DS game, but I'm not saying it's not possible. But if we were to move on to a different platform, it's just a matter of how popular 2D side-scrolling is. Can it sustain? I definitely want to continue doing 2D action games, but we'll see how the market goes and what fans want. I think that lately with the Nintendo DS, a lot of casual games are coming out, not really actual games, a lot of casual types of games. So I think this Castlevania game is stays true to what a video game is. So for the hardcore fans, I think they'll enjoy it because it is a true action game. And for casual users and newcomers, I've tried to make this game so it's easy to pick up. Where even again, the main character's females. We do want to traditionally this game has been a very male-dominant game, but we do want new users and females to women to start playing this game also. And I think I've made it so that it's much easier to pick up and play, and they can just get into it and complete the game. It's not an impossible game to finish.